All right, now we here live on 93.9 WKYS with none other than the international star himself representing Trinidad and Tobago, the one and only KES. How you doing, my brother?
Blessed man, good, good, good. Blessed love. We on the move, we on the road, so good. Rolling.
I I see you on the road. I see you on there. I know
Yes.
you're happy to be outside, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. It is, we were locked down for a bit, so to be on the road again is the same but different.
It's same but different in a better way. So
Definitely.
speaking of lockdown now, like everybody been through it. Like this is a situation that everyone had to find their way out. Everybody's going through the same thing all over the world. How did you deal with this whole lockdown and the pandemic?
I mean, this time I took a time to pause, we were touring quite a lot before that, so to take a time to take a moment was needed. But at the same time, it was definitely a roller coaster as it was for everybody. It was that for me. Sometimes you felt that you had it together, and then
Mhm.
sometimes you felt you were totally lost. So, a real time that we all went through, and I feel like, I'm definitely better for it coming out of it. But at the same time, it's a
Yeah,
difficult thing that we're still going through.
yeah. And I like to call it the Corona break. So like I told myself, like getting back to normal. We can all agree that we all learned something new in during this pandemic. And like the question I have for you is, do you think now that you're back on the road, are you going to designate a time to say, okay, I'm gonna give myself this Corona break to just reset and just regroup and just come back strong? Are you going to give yourself a timeout in a year?
Most definitely, man. I think that's a big, big thing that happened over that time as well. The importance of reeling back. I think we all try to, but we don't honestly do it. You know what I mean? We just keep working in some form or the other. But it's good to inhale, as you say, to exhale. So I definitely there's a stricter carved out part of the calendar for that. Just to chill, catch
Yeah.
yourself.
And
Yeah.
there's whole of vibes. And speaking of whole of vibes, man, that the live album, everybody's talking about it till today. What an experience! Like, is that something you think you're gonna do again? The whole live album?
Well, I'm glad that we did it in the first place. We kind of broke the ice of translating the music to live takes. But the album is very special. The album is actually the the works too of Ricardo Rameshwar, who was our musical director.
Yeah,
He actually passed away this year, and he helped create a sound with us, and for us to capture that was a
yeah,
great thing. That's what one of the things that the lockdown did
yeah,
was give us a chance to be in one space and on the ground and tackle a live album.
yeah.
So I was really happy for that. So I hope that we will continue to do live takes of our music, which is a whole different vibe.
Yeah, and I'm glad we got to experience that. Rest in peace to Rick. Um,
Yes.
when we talk about KES music, KES the band music, is a whole experience because I could tell you, I fly on a plane a lot. I tour the world, and many times I don't know if I'm probably like the only person that been through this, but I sleep on a plane and like I would dream about a magical place. And one song that came to mind is the Savannah Grass. I'm like, I don't know where it is, but I'm thinking in my dream it's like this beautiful place. When I tell you that KES the band give you some songs that you have to visualize in your head, like, oh my gosh, I want to go to that place. I want to have that feeling. And you have the song, hello, hello. I'm like, I want to be that happy to look at somebody and say, hello, hello. It's like you giving everybody that energy. And when you give us that energy, do you feel pressured? Do you feel pressured like it's like a burden on your back that you have to lift to just keep on giving people this energy?
I mean, first off, I want to know where you've taken to sleep on them planes to dream so good,
Oh my
because
God,
because I
bro.
want some of that too.
Yeah,
But the reality is that it's what feels good to me. It's sort of like it's what feels good. It's like if somebody's cooking food, they want to make sure it tastes good. You know what I mean? In a sense of, I just sort of trust what that is, and if people love it too, I am happy. You know, and in a sense of there is no pressure. It's almost not getting in the way of yourself. I think
Yeah,
is the biggest pressure of all, because you know it is what resonates, is what feels good, and sometimes sometimes songs will hit, sometimes songs may not hit, but it's about approaching it and about but just going for what you believe in and what you feel is true now. And it's guided me where I am today. So I just continue to try and trust whatever that is, and go with that. You know what I mean?
yeah. And I want everybody to not only to just pay attention and listen to the music, but actually experience one of the Kester Band shows. The last show I was at Hookie. No
Yeah,
offense to nobody else, but when it's Kest time, it's Kest time, and
that's it.
you just transition into a different world. When we talk about
That's
live
it.
show and we talk about entertainment, Kest, you have it down packed. Like
That's it.
for the people them that's listening right now, just tell us before you get on the stage, how do you prepare to give this the people a wonderful show like that?
Well, you know what? I mean, we moved together as a unit and as a band, so big up to the entire crew. You
Yeah,
know, I really try to have a little quiet moment just before. You know what I mean? I
yeah,
really step aside and say a prayer, and I have a special prayer that I'll say to just bless the place and make sure everything flowing, and just have a moment of silence, and then
yeah.
sort of embody
And
that vibes,
and
and
then the vibes,
then let we
and
go. You know what I mean? Then
then
let we
we
go.
then
Then
we
what?
good, we outside, we good to
Yeah.
go.
What's to happen? What's to happen? Then we go. You know.
And one thing I do notice and I like about your music is that you're willing to take a risk to try something different and give the people them a different sound. And I think with soca music, sometimes there was an era I was playing soca music, and it was like the time where pop music was so popular, and then I was hearing like in a soca music is like I'm hearing a little bit of pop. So what influenced your music day by day? Like, do you have somebody that's in the air like, yo, you should try this, or do you just observe and just take from everyone?
I take what resonates. We actually did a lot of those hibernation soakers where we applied a lot of pop to it, because I was also doing pop records as well,
Yeah,
and I kind of wanted to feel some of those elements in a calypso bass or a soca bass. And it's painting. For me, it's just like different colors of paint. I have no problem in trying to put those together. I
hmm,
don't feel as if I feel as if there's any limits. I think we stepped into the soca industry with that sort of mindset where we
yeah,
would combine vibes. You know what I mean? You would hear a little bit of even rock inside of there, a little bit of R&B, pop.
yeah,
So it's just music for me. It's just it's just what feels good, and I feel like we've had a lot of influences coming up, and now I feel like we're in a place where I could kind of put it all together and feel at home with that as a sound. So people not gonna be surprised too much.
yeah.
We could play a bit with respect to creativity.
And
You know.
you know what I really like. I don't know if it's the pandemic, but as a DJ, you know what I've realized? I realized that a lot of people are more open minded, or they have an opening ear for different sounds. And there was a lot of people that used to be like, I don't like Afrobeats, but no, they love Afrobeats. And then there's a lot of people that say, I don't like soca, but now they're in love with soca. And I feel like now is the time, and I really see you doing that, connecting the dots and bringing everybody together. Let's
Yes.
talk about the track that you got, Licky Ticky.
Yes, I.
I can't even
Goodness, man.
explain. You have to explain. I can't explain it because I'm like, yo, that dance song your mud. Then I'm like, yo, this Afrobeat song. Then this soca. Oh my, is I'm like, you have to explain this Licky Ticky
Well,
song.
yo, Licky Ticky is really about describing our calypso swing.
Yeah,
When I was explaining to the producer Michael Brune, I was like, "Yo, just need a little licky ticky in it," and he had loved
yeah,
that vibe because it sort of encapsulated our calypso swing, and I felt like, this new album that I'm working on is the application of calypso. I just taking elements of it and applying it, and that track is, it's that sweet spot, that
Yeah,
sweet spot now where where all genres meet, dancehall, Afrobeat, soca, reggaeton, everything have, there's this spot where there's a beat and a BPM that people
yeah,
just, everyone could connect to now. And I feel
yeah.
like Kitiki kind of knocked into that a bit. So so we had fun with that because it really had no
It's
limits,
a fun, yo. It's a fun
Yeah.
record. It's a very fun record.
Yeah, and then we'll pick up to J Perry too.
Yeah,
We actually on tour right now, so we're moving around, and we getting to sing and perform the song together because it was a big thing for me to make the connection with Haiti because I think Haiti is a very very important
oh,
place
definitely.
for for everyone, for all of us, and to do music from there is a very, I'm honored now to actually be doing music and vibing with that energy. So that's the mission, to really
Yeah.
bring together, people through the music, man.
Now is the time. Now we got the ears of everyone. Now that I think right now
I
the
agree
people
with you
are
with that.
really understanding. Like we have to just come together and we're gonna make ourselves great. Like we can't wait for somebody else to make us great. We have to support our own and make ourselves great in terms of streaming, in terms of supporting the artists and this tour. Like I'm a man, I really analyze things. I'm like, okay, I'm looking at this tour. You went to New York, Philly, Boston tonight is sold out.
Yes, I
It is, listen, you have to
give
understand,
thanks.
it's sold out.
Give thanks.
And I think this right here is going to be a testimony because I'm manifesting that tomorrow, Maryland is going to be sold out too.
Give thanks. I'm
And
glad that people
yo,
coming out,
they,
man.
and they have to understand it's not no little, hole in the wall venues. These are some major venues that you're selling out right now.
Blessed, man. And this is
I,
the thing,
I feel,
I mean, it's amazing too, and it also says to the music of it's being reached, and people around, the Caribbean people around, we are a strong community, so when we come out to support something, we coming out, so I really appreciate the support, and it just says a lot for the entire soca movement, so I mean, I really happy that people coming out to jam with us because when we go on our stage, we really want to give you something, that
yeah.
that that you come for. You know what I'm saying? Blessed.
Yeah. Well, it's a blessing, bro. So DC is up next tonight. Boston is sold out,
Yes. Yes,
and
I.
my family's from Jamaica, right?
Yeah.
So there's levels to this thing. So now I'm making this transition. My name is getting big over here in this soca world. I'm DJing for Miami Carnival. They just called me for Uber Soca. I'm going to Trinidad to play with Yuma. What
Mad.
can I expect when I reach Trinidad? That's what I want to know. I want to know what can I expect when I get to Trinidad.
My brother, let me tell you something. Carnival in
Yeah,
Trinidad is multi-dimensional. So you have to understand that there's no one particular paragraph and sentence
yeah,
that I could tell you.
yeah,
All I know is that you got to be prepared that you're unprepared, in a sense that it's so much energy and there's so much movement. You gotta
yeah,
one be able to train. Make sure
yeah,
you make sure you take your vitamin C's and you're ready, you're fit.
yeah,
Because when you see the energy, the train going is
yeah.
going. You gotta be able to survive on little or no sleep,
We said party day and night, and
day and night, night and day. But also the energy is very
yeah,
high. People come out with a full vibe, so you're going to be washed over with something that you never feel before. And what you observe in Carnival, I
yeah,
may not observe in Carnival. You know what
yeah,
I mean? It's just there's something for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So my advice to you is
yeah,
to not just do the party scene. Go and take a little touch in the culture. Listen to some steel pan. Listen to some, check out where it come from, you
yeah.
know, and get a whole perspective of it, and you will appreciate the parties even more. You know what I'm saying?
When I come to Trinidad, we have to link up.
Yeah, man, no problem. But I'll be on the
On the
road. I'm
rocks, on
rolling
the rocks though, on the rocks though.
on the rocks. Yeah, definitely. Well, this year's is we, you know.
Okay,
Yeah, man. So Izwi is our flagship for Carnival. Our
is we,
yeah,
is
Izwi
we, is
is
we,
Izwi.
is
Yeah,
we.
That's
Like,
right.
who is it? It's we. Like
Is we.
that,
That's what
that,
it is.
that right there, it just defines itself. It's we. It's
That's
simply, it's just, it's
is
we.
we. Is
It's
we.
no simpler than that. I need
That's it.
everybody to understand it's we. Like,
Yeah, man.
yeah, you talking to
Collective.
me, it's
Collective.
we.
That's
We
right.
all one, we all together.
That's right.
And I know this tour is going well. I'm manifesting that. We selling out
Thank you,
all
brother.
the venues and all this thing. So what's gonna happen after the tour? You gonna what you gearing up for after the tour?
Well, I'm in studio as well too, so working on the album and then new music as well too for Carnival. So,
Yeah,
we a few things. Well, we kind of we would take a small break, but
yeah,
not really a break, just to kind of do other stuff and get things in track for next year. But
uh,
we still have a bit of touring to do till the end of the year, and then well as into Carnival. So, and we haven't had a Carnival for since 2020, a
yeah.
real one. So this is gonna be the mother for a long time. This is gonna be huge. So
It's
you
we.
know, it's we,
It's we.
it's we.
And
Yes, sir.
before we leave, I'm Mr. Make It Happen. I'm Mr. Put it out in the universe and it shall
I
happen.
love that.
I
There's
love
work.
I love how you connecting the dots.
Yes, sir.
Speaking of connecting the dots, just let me know at least two collaborations that you want, to push out to the universe, like connecting the cultures and all. Which two artists you want to get that collab from, so we can just push it out there in the atmosphere.
You know what? I feel
Yeah,
like I really love what Burna Boy has been doing for some
yeah,
time now. Even though things bubbling on a different level now, but even
yeah.
before, he's a vibe. And Bruno Mars, I always respect him as a musician and an artist and a performer. So I feel like him and Calypso could make a lot of sense now. You
You,
know what I'm saying?
you mentioning artists that remind me of you. People no, it's people that you don't know what to expect. It's like, what, Kes is dropping a new song, Licky Ticky. Okay, I did not expect that.
That's a vibe. That's real because I also impressed by that. Like I've never they're
Yeah.
crazy, what they do.
It's like we like what Burna Boy last is like, we wasn't expecting that. We wasn't expecting some of the songs that he have on this album, but they're great artists. We're gonna make these collabs happen. Thank you for
Yeah,
taking
man.
time out
Blessing.
and talking to me before your sold out show. I know you're gonna kill it. You and the brother's gonna be killing it. Big
Yeah,
up to
man.
Trinidad and Tobago. And before we leave, just let us know for 93.9 WKYS, 93.9 WKYS. Just introduce the new single Licky Ticky for me, please.
Yo, blessed love to everybody on the inside. I want to present to you our new single, Licky Ticky, Kestivan, J. Perry, Michael Brune. Hey, blessed love, enjoy it. And yo, if it don't have the Licky Ticky, it don't have the sauce. Bless up.
It's we. Big up, brother. Respect.
Big up. All right, man. Blessed.
Come on, we link up, yeah.